Welcome back to Hellblade. Last episode, I took what used to be a red door and I made it kind of a casserole of red and blue shiny runes. We've basically halfway unlocked this door by defeating Surtr. And we only took one death in the process, and it was kind of an annoying death. It wasn't even during the boss battle. It was like this little cleanup fight afterwards. But whatever. So our arm is just a little more infected than it was before. And now it's time to go through the red door and see what's behind it. I'm actually...
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravn and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Okay, so that's who I'm going to be fighting. The thing I'm primarily curious about is how different this level is from the previous one. The previous one was all about unlocking these doors by sort of finding these sacrificial altars and escaping the flames of conquest. And then fighting this big fire dude. So I'm wondering if this is going to be very similar or if this is going to be a completely different approach to going through a level. Hey there, Zedzaster. And Stevo. Yeah, Stevo's excited to see me playing this game because I think he was the one who was actually originally reminding me that I should play it before the sequel comes out. Ooh. Looks like we've got... Is that a thing I should focus on? Yes.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons.
Okay, I'm starting to walk away from that stone. I might not get the entire story. But I've got to make progress. I must always be moving forwards. Stevo says, I tried playing this game, but I'm too stupid for the puzzles. I think you might find that I am also fairly stupid for these puzzles. There's a few that I struggled with last session. We'll see what happens with this one.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes.
Find another way to see the truth.
Huh. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth. Does that mean this is going to be an auditory puzzle? Does it mean I need to use my, focus to see past something? I know that was a thing I did with the other boss. Like when he raised his illusory fire shields, I could focus to ignore them. Huh, some kind of bridge.
It's a door. No, it's not. Push it.
Alright, we'll try pushing this.
Come on, push it. She did it.
By the way, let me know if the audio gives you any problems. I've tried to balance it as well as I can so you can kind of hear the dialogue, but also hear me over the, ambient sounds. But I'm not sure I've got it right. Alright, so this bridge feels like it's probably important, right? Stevo, if this was the first direction you went, I'm not surprised that you maybe struggled a little bit knowing what you're supposed to do. Oh, what's this? Aha! Okay. So when you look through this, you see the truth. Can I walk through it?
Look, something's different.
There we go. So Stevo asked if I've seen the gameplay trailer for the sequel to this game, and I have. Yeah, the big fight with the giant. It does look insane, and it's just... Like, this game really deliberately set it up so you kind of only have one character. Not really. I mean, you've got the enemies, you've got the voices in your head, you've got your, the skull you keep at your belt. But this is mostly about a single character. So they could, focus all of their efforts on getting this character right. there's a lot more going on in the sequel, which, you know, that is a sensible direction to go with a sequel, is to, you know, take what you've built in the original game and then use it as a foundation to go further. But yeah, it is crazy ambitious compared to this one. At least that's how it looks from the trailers. So we'll have to see that. I mean, I'm very excited for it.
However hard she tried, begged.
So I'm glad that I've got the subtitles on, because a lot of the voices in her head, it would be easy just to not understand them. What is this? What is happening? Is it just moving leaves? These like weird mottled shadows are kind of creepy. Can I open this door? Hello, Wrath of Vaden, and No On My. Thanks for joining us. Okay.
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Zed Zaster says, don't play this before bed. Nightmares. Okay, so this might be a door I can open. Before I go through it, though, I feel like I should see what else is here, if anything. Oh, a human sacrifice. Delicious. Okay, doesn't seem like there's a lot. So yeah, let's try to open this door. This guy right here. This guy's creeping me out. He looks a lot like the guys I've been fighting. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil. I mean, like, maybe literally.
He can read you.
Oh, crap. Was a little slow. There we go. There. I just used my focus to slow things down. Oh, dang, a little slow again. Yeah, when I heard my voices in my head, dang it. When I heard the voices in my head say, behind you, that's when I triggered my focus. Oh, crap. So when I triggered my focus, I could try to completely kill one enemy before I have to deal with the others.
Do it. You're close.
Okay. I've got another focus if I need it too. Oh, I didn't realize he had a wounded animation for, like, navigating during combat. So that is the guy I've never... Oh, gosh. He's huge. Okay. I gotta use my focus now. Great. Sheesh, how many of these people are there? This game definitely makes me feel like a giant badass. Even with, like, for, like, minor successes. Like, you know, just dodging one thing looks so good. They really, really make you feel those parries. I mean, they do not hold back at all with the positive feedback for parrying an attack.
Will not stop her. She will find what she's looking for.
So Zedric asked if I've ever played Generation Zero. I played a little bit of it when it was very first coming out in early access, and didn't get that deep into it. It seems like the kind of game that's mostly fun with friends, and I tend to play solo, so I didn't get that far into it. I am a big fan of Simon Stalenhag, though, who's the artist that they based everything in that game on just without his permission. And so the fact that I'm a fan of that artist made me a little bit like about the game, because I kind of wanted, if someone's gonna use Simon Stalenhag's style, they should probably pay Simon Stalenhag for it. So anyway. So Zed Zaster asks, when you play other video games compared to us normal people, what are things that you see differently as a developer? I mean, I can't answer that like comprehensively in a single answer, I don't think. I think that's actually kind of what my entire stream is about. It's sort of me reacting to things as a game developer, and so you can sort of pick it up if you watch me over time. It's largely, I think the main thing that I get is, having made video games, I can sort of imagine the kind of work that went into each thing that I see, and a lot of the time, like, what I'm thinking about isn't necessarily the experience I'm having as a player, but imagining the experience of creating the thing that I'm seeing as a player. And so sometimes, I'll play something that feels like, oh, it didn't come together the way that it should have, but I'll understand why. And I'll be more forgiving of flaws in a game sometimes because of that. Other times I'll be less forgiving because I'll know, like, what? Why didn't you just... That's less frequent, though, because why didn't you just is hardly ever a thing you can actually say in game development. But I also have, like, a personal, style and agenda in the games that I make. And so a lot of the times, what I'll be noticing in somebody else's game is how different their game is from the way I like to do things. And I think a part of, maturing as a game developer is realizing that, the things you like are not the same as the things that are good. And so, like Elden Ring, for instance, I've, started playing Elden Ring, and I can immediately tell it's not the kind of game that I would typically enjoy as a player or make as a developer. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It just means that it's someone else's game. And it's okay. It's okay for it to be someone else's game. Now, I feel like... Okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. There's these like dreamcatchery looking things hanging up here that are going to line up to make the symbol on that door. Oh, it's actually like a typical rune puzzle, I guess, huh? But just a more complicated rune.
Valravn's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens.
Oh,
to
wait,
break
is this one
his
of
magic
those
seal.
illusion doors?
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
So what I think I need to do is get up on top of that. Wait, who are you? I think I need to get up on top of that lintel in order to line up these items in the correct way. Because I think that because of their scale, like the distant ones are also smaller. Oh, and the whole thing is backwards. Yeah, so I need to be looking at it from the perspective of that dude up there. So it looks like there's something here that I could theoretically climb if I were in a different video game, but I am in this video game, so I can't. Oh, wait. Oh, it's also open to that side, and there's a doorway here. Okay, this is probably where I need to go.
Align the ravens.
Ah,
with the
yes.
mark of Valravn.
This is the sort of thing I can climb as Senua. That guy still here? Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was like a guy, but now it looks like it's just a mannequin type thing. Did they swap out the art? I think they swapped out the art, so when you get close to it, it's fake. When you're far away, it looks real. That's interesting. So let's focus. There we go. And now we've unlocked the door.
Something's shifted.
Okay, yeah, I definitely can't go that way.
Shifted. Can you feel it?
Zedzaster asks if I ever get ideas from other video games that could apply to State of Decay 2. Yeah, I mean, all the time. That's actually a big reason why I have this stream, is to get myself to play a bunch of different games, because yeah, really valuable inspiration can come from a lot of different places. And keeping up with sort of the state of the industry, like what players expect from games, what good solutions are to a lot of different, like, user experience problems, that sort of thing.
Do you feel it too?
how, seeing how other creators of
Crossing into
games
another
solve
world.
really thorny problems can really help
Looks the
us
same, but
get a leg up,
feels
solving problems ourselves. And then hopefully our solutions will be useful to somebody else. And we're all just sort of building on each other's work, trying to
or
learn
the forest itself.
how to make games. I mean, games are still such a new medium that, okay, so I can see another lock like the one we just did over here. I'll worry about that in a second. Just want to see if there's anything I'm going to miss off to the side. Yeah, when sometimes when people describe, games as having like stolen mechanics from other games, I don't really see it that way. Like I'm just like, we're all just trying to come up with, better and better game experiences, and we have to learn from each other. And if something works in one game and it fits into another game, no reason not to use that solution and save all of your sort of problem solving energy for a problem that's unique to your game, that hasn't already been solved by somebody else. Okay, so there's no purpose in being up here, looks like. Okay, so apparently I want to be up there because that's the perspective where I can line up these runes. I wonder if I might need to focus on the door first to unlock that puzzle. Now, we had that one situation where I was able to see past an illusion by passing through like this red lintel. I wonder if there's going to be a way up to that platform, because we did sort of the looking through like the little red portal thing in one area, and then we did the stand in a weird place to line up an icon thing in a different area. What do you bet this area combines those two? That's my guess. We'll have to see if that's
To break
actually
the
true.
seal, align
Okay,
the ravens
so
with
I've
the
got
mark of Valravn.
the rune. So let's look around and see if there's, like, for instance, what is this skull thing over here?
Line up the ravens.
Huh. I feel like that skull thing is supposed to be something,
I
but
hear something.
If you hear the soul of Valravn, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
they're telling me to listen for something, but I don't. Maybe the soundtrack has changed just slightly? Okay, that's a thing I can't open yet. Maybe that means I can get to the other side of it some other way?
Listen, focus. You need to focus. Focus.
Okay, I'm not hearing the song, but it could be. I mean, I've got my volume turned down pretty far. Zedzaster wants to know if these characters are made with Unreal 5. I don't think Unreal 5 existed at the time this game was being made. This game was made 4.5 years ago, so I believe it is in Unreal, but I don't think 5 was a thing when they made this. So it probably would have been 4. But I also don't work in Ninja Theory, so I couldn't possibly tell you. There's all these eyeballs. You see little eyeballs projected onto the trees? It's really subtle, but I love it. It's very creepy. Alright, I'm trying to figure out... Okay, there's something over here. Something over there. Okay, I am hearing something in this direction, maybe? I don't know what to do about it, though. Is there anything about... Oh, look at this. Okay, so I'm wondering if in the previous area, because I did walk through a lintel like this in the previous area. I'm wondering if I walked through it and actually unlocked part of that puzzle without realizing I had done that. So I gotta walk in the direction of the skull. That opens something up over here. And then what does this give me? I don't know what I gain from these stairs. Oh wait. It's always like the little mundane things that you miss. Oh crap.
Challenge me.
Challenge me. What? I don't want to fight you. She's got a weird floaty guy.
Where did he go?
Oh, hello. Okay.
Where is he? Find your fault.
Alright, so it seems like... Yes, there is another path through there. Let me see. Is there anything to, like, I don't know, a room to focus on or anything over here? Looks like not. Okay, so we'll run through this. Oh, there's a creepy guy over there again. Wait, my character is literally stuck to the ground right now. What? No! I think I've hit a bug. Oh crap, I can't move. I wonder if it has something to do with the illusion. Like maybe some collision stuck around or something? I don't know, but I can't move. I think I might have to... Is there a... Yeah, I might have to restart the checkpoint. Yikes. Okay, that was a surprise. Hopefully this will be quick. So we got other folks in the chat that are discovering the that have discovered the trailer for Hellblade 2, which is, yeah, it is really impressive. I agree. Hikari Kishi says that Senua is paralyzed with fear. Yeah, okay, so now at least we kind of know where we're going, so this should be quick.
Another gate. You know what to do. Stay
So
back.
we focus on this,
It's not
grab our
safe
rune,
To break the seal, align the
then
ravens with the mark
we're
of
gonna run to that
Valravn.
first portal. First illusion portal.
What does it mean?
No screwing around this time.
Ravens. Can't you see your shadows?
Heading up this way.
Line up. Shh.
Yeah, you're trying to be all creepy. You're gonna disappear as soon as I pass that tree. Okay, so this wall
Lead you to him,
was where I
but be
think I had the
aware of
problem.
his illusions.
So yeah, the wall's gone.
Can't always trust your eyes.
I run through. Let's just not get anywhere near that tree where I got hung up. Okay, okay. I think maybe I'm past where I got stuck. Feels like I'm past where I got stuck. All right, here we go. Hello, creepy illusionist.
Fight me.
Why am I saying fight me to the scary illusion ghost? Alright.
Is she lost?
Pointing that way.
Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy,
Okay, so I don't
she
think
journeyed
there's
into the
anything
wilds
different.
of her native land, living off
Is
of
there anything
berries,
different through
roots, and rabbits. It's not
that
uncommon,
lintel?
you see. We call such a person a gallant.
Is it... Oh, okay,
Some
okay, here we go.
legends become a gallant
Oh, I thought I had to
such
go
a
the
man,
same direction the skull was facing, but I guess not.
like Senua.
So this one, see that wall's broken. Here the wall is solid. All of the walls
Those
are
who make it
solid.
back are forever changed.
Alright, so I think I can duck under this. I can open the door back. Is this the same door I was taking before? Oh, yeah, but I think I might have to reset the illusion. Or maybe this was the door. Yeah, that's probably the door that I took back. Okay, but I think... Oh, here we go. There's the ladder. Oh, all the way up here, huh? All right, so we've got... Ah, okay, yes. So, like, as I suspected, there's a staircase that is now
She can
visible.
get up now. What's happening? She can get
Now
up
that I've
now. She
passed
can
through
get
this
up.
portal.
It must be magic.
I think I just need to come
A
back
trick.
down
Valravn tricking her.
without passing back through the portal
Can she
again.
get up? Wait, it's him. Dark magic. draws her closer.
Magic. It's not him.
He's helping her.
It's not him.
It's a trick.
She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her.
It's magic. It's an illusion.
Hey there, average Twitch user. Oh yeah, I'm Fenwick is reminding me that of course I need to defeat the god on this side in order to get through the door. Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that I think I was getting a little bit confused because the minion that I fight when I'm facing this particular god looks nothing like them, and so I keep thinking of the I was imagining that when I came in here, the minion would be like that mace wielding dude with the shield, you know. And so when I see the sort of weird stick man with the horse skull or the deer skull, I thought of him as being, oh, that's something else. But yeah, you're right. That probably is exactly who I'm here to fight, and that's why I'm saying, why I'm challenging him so much. There we go. Unlocked.
We picture fear.
Where'd they get an
And we
elephant?
think of a shadow in the woods. A creature in the night. If only it were that simple.
Steve-O wants to
The
know
wolf
if I'm,
kind comes without warning.
oh wait, let's wait till Senua's done talking.
And primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
She can't go in there. Like that?
Anyway, Steve-O wants to know if I finished Dying Light 2 yet. No, I have not. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, honestly. I play that kind of game so slowly.
Find a way.
I might have to move on to something else before I actually reach the finale.
It's a different way.
I've already made 11 episodes of me playing it, and that's a fraction of the time I've actually spent playing it. This whole place has got this weird vibe to it. Lighting is really strange. Oh, hello. I don't know what to do with the shield aside from
Too slow.
focusing to get behind it. Even if I carry him, he still defends as soon as. Good way to do this. Now there's two of them. At least only one of them has the shield. Okay, I'm focused now. Okay, with focus, I'm moving fast enough. I think I can get past his defenses. Oh, yikes. Nope, nope, nope. So I can't tell if my health recharges, and maybe if I just spend some time just defending, I can get out of trouble. This guy in particular There. Okay, I think I just got it. Well, one hit. Sheesh, another shield guy? Wait, get out of the way. There's something behind me? Yes, there's something freaking behind me. Another one of these dudes. Wow, okay. So I've got my non-weapon melee attack on B. That might knock his shield away. Crap.
Go.
First, I'm gonna focus. Okay. There you go.
It's
Is that
nearly
it?
over. Finish it.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I think I picked up that focusing means that I can damage him past the shield. And I think at one time I was able to kick his shield away and then hit him. So I should remember that for the next time I face shield guy. Oh, I Am Fenwick says that I can sprint at him and hit him to remove his shield? Interesting. I had imagined using... I guess that makes sense, actually. The same way that with that boss battle in the last episode, I needed to focus, which is a thing I usually do outside of combat, in order to defeat his fire. It kind of makes sense that sprinting would also be a thing. Wait a minute. Did I just backtrack? I might have. Yeah, I backtracked. Okay, let's try this again. I got completely turned around during that fight. Alright, so I came into this room for a reason. Right? Oh, there's a path up here.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
It's kind of funny to be talking about Ymir, just because I got really used to Ymir being a character in Attack on Titan.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Right, I'm seeing the makings of a puzzle here. Seeing kind of way too many makings for a puzzle, actually. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to do. Average Twitch Dude is asking me what was the design choice for the Cleo weaponry in State of Decay 2 and why. I don't know what you mean by the design choice. Like, there's any weapon you make, you're making a lot of choices. I think, we wanted the weapons. I can tell you that we wanted the weapons to feel like they were special and kind of weird and different from other weapons in the game. And we also wanted to make sure that they felt balanced. So it's like we could make them powerful, but they also had drawbacks. They've actually kind of been overtaken by the balance of the game a little bit. Like, originally they were very powerful weapons, but we also made them, heavy and difficult to maintain the use of, to try to counterbalance that. What we found was that nobody ever used Cleo weapons because they didn't like the downsides. And then we added the bounty weapons, which on the whole tend to be more powerful than the Cleo weapons, because you get power creep as you're trying to make new weapons you add to a game interesting and give players a reason to use them over the weapons went before, the average power of the weapons creeps up over time, so that newer weapons are all more powerful than older weapons. So a weapon that, at ship would have been one of the more powerful ones, now is just middle of the road at best, because of new weapons that have come in. And so players have asked, have recommended that we, rebalance the Clio weapons to make them more powerful. And I'm on board with that. In theory. Okay, she agrees. Way too many of these things. And there's like multiple illusion gods out there. Valravn.
Valravn's soul. It's over here. It's over here.
Is
Okay, so
that-
there's a Valravn over there,
It's over there. No, it's here.
There's two.
and one over there.
Listen, focus.
It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion.
This reminds me
It looks like there's a
of the forest.
special illusion doorway here.
Which forest?
Not sure. Aha! Okay, it adds a bridge. It goes over here.
She went to the wilds a long time ago.
She wanted
By the
to
way,
find
I hope that
her
folks
darkness.
appreciate actually
She
what an
thought
interesting challenge it is to make parts of a level that appear and disappear as you look through and pass through a portal like that. That's actually not a small thing to accomplish. Okay, I figured that would probably be a way
She
out.
can't beat her own darkness.
It's nice that they've chosen a particular look for one-way doors.
She came to beat her own
Okay,
darkness.
over here, it looks like. Can
She thought
I drop down
her
this?
curse
No.
would affect him.
she thought the curse would spread to him.
How do I? Oh,
She
wait,
thought
what?
she'd bring the darkness to him too.
Oh, never mind. I thought that was.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
I thought it was an illusion, but no.
Truth helped her.
Okay, so push this bridge down. So No One Mai is asking, is there looting and scavenging in this game, or is it just action? Yeah, it's basically it's action and puzzle exploring. Action and exploration is mostly what this game is about. Okay, so what am I seeing is different here? Nothing. Oh wait, no, that wall. That wall is going away. Okay, so if I pass through this, I guess I can go back across the same bridge. And go in through that wall. I think I saw another portal like that somewhere else that I might need to find too. Wait, was that? These weren't stairs, right? This is just a broken down. Yeah, this is. Well, there are some stairs up there. It looks like the stairs are on this end are broken. I wonder if that's going to change or if that's not part of the puzzle. Cog says that some parts of this level are waves when you're not looking at them and particles when you are looking at them. But that's an interesting way to think of it, as being like some sort of quantum thing. It does feel a little bit like mismatching your genres. Okay, so I'm up here now. Cool. I don't think I can line up any of the runes yet. Okay, so it seems like it's possible for there to be like a bridge here or something, but there isn't one right now. Maybe this is my way down later after I do something else. So let's drop down and go the other way. Average Twitch user asks, what could we do, with the Clio weapons, or with any weapon, to encourage players to use them more often, besides increasing their damage and durability? Well, damage and durability are something. Availability of ammo is another thing. That is one
The
thing that we
Northmen
did.
say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes
Wait, is this
were
just-
revealed to Odin only in sacrifice.
Was this
He
just a
hung
place to find a
himself
little bit
from
of
the world
story?
tree, and he
Dang it.
stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink. And at last, he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry, gathered them in his mind.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I have to do. I think I get it. Okay. Anyway, before I solve this puzzle, availability of ammo was something that we definitely, originally, the ammo was very difficult to come by, and nobody would ever use a Cleo weapon because of it. And so we made the ammo much more available in one of our updates, so that people would feel more comfortable using the guns. But also, I think the best way to make a gun, make people want to use a gun, is to make it do something weird and different that no other gun does. But you've got a limited budget for that. So yeah, okay. So I opened this wall to walk through it, but that wall is also the bridge. So I have to reset it again now that I've opened the locked door. So now I don't need to walk through the gap in the wall. I can walk through the locked door, the newly unlocked door. Then I can cross all the way. The fact that I get so turned around in video game levels doesn't help me solve problems like this, because I had literally forgotten that spot that I was, trying to walk over, where I thought, oh, this needs a bridge. I'd forgotten that was the wall I had opened up. All right, so now here, and what happens over here? Okay, so this filters out some of the runes.
They've gone.
They've gone.
No, half of them have gone.
They've gone.
Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
All right.
Valravn's helping.
So it looks like I need to.
He's not helping.
It's true.
And I was right. This is a way down.
Out in the wilds. In cold winter woods.
Where?
Okay, so we're gonna have to
She
eliminate
once felt fit for this world.
half the runes at one place and half the runes at another place, and then only the actual door unlocking runes will remain.
She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on.
Okay, so here's a
And kill
bridge that I can
that
only
which
access
had
from the other
cut
side.
part of her.
Oh, yeah. Cogs points out that one factor for a gun that matters for him a lot is reload speed, and that's one reason he really appreciates Gunslinger. Yeah, no, I agree. That's a big one for me too. I tend to anxiously reload guns after every encounter, and so actually having a gun that reloads quickly is almost more valuable to me than a gun with a higher intrinsic capacity. Okay, so are we seeing a change when I'm looking this direction? Oh, okay. I'm definitely seeing some of the runes disappearing when I pass through this. Ah, there. Okay, that bridge. That's getting added. And some runes are disappearing at the same time. Yeah, this doesn't look narrow as video game balance beams go, but the fact that it feels wet still makes me nervous on it. Okay, so I can probably drop that bridge to make it easier to get back here in the future. This wasn't the spot. Where was the bridge? It's over here. Oh, so average Twitch user. Excuse me. When we created the Cleo weapons for State of Decay 2, we referenced the Cleo weapons from State of Decay 1 as just sort of like a stylistic reference, but we thought people would be more interested in brand new weapons, and so we didn't try to just replicate the weapons from State of Decay 1. And partly, the whole part of the story is that Cleo is constantly experimenting and iterating. That's what an AI does. That style of AI is just always trying to improve how close it gets to a good solution. And so, having her use the same weapons would be almost a violation of her character. There we go. Okay, now we can see where we need to line up the puzzle. Cool.
There's 3.
Where have they gone?
She did it.
So yeah, so naturally, as an AI, she would constantly be trying to make
So
improvements
naive to
and
think
test
she could
new
vanish on
iterations.
her
And so
own.
you'll have an entirely different set of weapons by the time
Further
you
she
get
saw
to her
into the
in
darkness,
State of Decay 2, years later,
the more
after
she
State of Decay
struggled
1.
to see anything at all. And the glow. The smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought.
Oh yeah, so Fenwick, I did read your
Comes
earlier
strength
messages
until
about
it
how I
consumed
needed to be
her
running
whole.
and kicking the guy with the shield in order to knock his defenses off. So I'm gonna
Before she knew it,
try that next time.
darkness had her in its claws.
Okay, so I think I just need to stand right here.
Broke. The gate is open. Open.
She did it.
There is no such thing as
Yay, I get to
victory
pass through this
when it
door
comes
and
to the
then
darkness.
probably fight something deadly. But maybe I can try some of Fenwick's suggestions.
Yet, will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillion before her time comes?
I believe that Dillion is the name of her lost love that she's going to try and save. And I think Druth is the name of a mentor or commander of hers. I think that he might be the voice in her head, the sort of mean, abusive voice in her head. I think that's who those names belong to. I'm not sure. This is an uncomfortably arena-shaped space. I'm just like, as soon as I touch this door, or maybe before, something is going to attack me.
Overcome Valravn's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness.
Oh.
We can fight it together.
Alright, it's warning me I'm gonna have to fight him, but maybe he's behind the door instead of in front of the door? This room is such an arena, though. Like, it just feels a lot like... you know what I'm saying here. Oh, okay, I can see the things I need to line up. But this doesn't seem passable. Okay, yeah, I can see those 3 runes. But is there a portal to look through to maybe change the route? It's over here. Does this just lead to the same place, or does it lead somewhere else? Aha! Alright, so this... Wait, did it add a limb? No, the limb's there. What does this change?
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night
Oh, the
without
loot goes
food or
away.
water. Then they released him. I don't know why.
Weird. Okay, I don't know why I didn't
Upon
see
his
that. I
return,
thought it was adding
his
the limb.
father's
It was-
enemies
it was
in Erin
removing it.
set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea.
But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his
Alright.
slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney,
Burning
think-
all before them.
I think I messed
And into
something
that
up
fire,
because
Findan made his escape.
did I accidentally pass through
What
that portal
was
once
Findan
when I shouldn't
burnt
have?
away that day. But from the
Because
flames,
it looks like
a new man stepped forward,
I'm gonna try this
and
again.
Druth was born. Druth, the man that I am now.
Okay, so we've got a limb now.
And though Findan
Is that something I can
never
use?
set eyes on his dear sister again, I
Maybe I'm
Druth,
just spinning my
I've
wheels here.
found you, Senua.
Maybe there's actually something else I need to be doing.
I wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
So yeah, average Twitch user. Is asking about why do Cleo weapons have such low durability? It's not really. I don't think, because I didn't balance those weapons myself, I don't think I could give you like a solid answer on each of those things. I think just the general impression that I've given you is probably just what you can rely on. It's the idea that we imagined the Cleo weapons to be very powerful, and therefore we needed to carefully counterbalance against them. It's really similar actually to what we... actually, it's a nice illustration of different sort of balancing approaches that different designers have. Different people have different sort of gut instincts about what they should do. In Daybreak, Brian Giammi was in charge of the weapons, and I was in charge of the characters. And you can really see what, sort of the difference that, between our sort of like two philosophies is, where, he... with the weapons, he deliberately balanced them to be like to err on the side of them being less valuable by making giving them really powerful downsides, their weight, their durability, stuff like that, because he was worried about giving the player too much power. Meanwhile, I was like, like a kid in the candy store, imagining myself as a player. Oh, interesting. So if I need to pass through here in order to have that, but then the limb goes away. Okay, interesting. Anyway, I was like, ooh, I'll make these really powerful characters. They'll be so exciting. And so when we launched, the characters were really exciting. We're like everybody's favorite thing. And the weapons, less so. But the problem is correcting this. Like, once we actually see how players interact with it, when I realized that the characters were too powerful, I had to nerf them. And nerfing them annoyed a lot of players. They're like, you've given us this thing and now you've taken it away. And that's a bad experience. Whereas if we were to go in now and remove some of the downsides of the Cleo weapons and, and make them more powerful, players would just welcome it and be excited about it. It's the same problem that we're solving. Both of them are unbalanced. But because Brian errs on the side of making things not powerful enough or giving them too many downsides, he can make updates that everyone welcomes and everyone's excited about. Whereas because I tend to just just shower candy on people like a piñata, if I realize that I've broken the game by doing that, the only way to take it back is to nerf. And people are much, much less interested in having their favorite stuff nerfed in a game. So I think that Brian's approach, even though it's less exciting for players at the outset, is actually the smarter move. Am I about to fall to my death? Because, yeah, you end up with people, the lasting impression of a situation like Brian's is, oh, wow, people listened to us, instead of, oh, those stingy designers took things away.
Rook, the gate is open. Open.
He's right behind me.
It's coming back for me.
What was that?
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper.
What is happening?
Deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you! I see you now! You led me to the wilds! You trapped me there!
This guy.
There's blood.
I don't want to use focus on these guys because I don't need it for the boss. Their health bar is basically them having giant cuts all over their body. Okay,
Where's he gone?
Okay, I've just hit my focus.
Die.
Oh crap. Tried to dodge it. Dang it. Nope, 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 nope. Get up. Get up.
She's injured. She can
Still hitting me even though I'm dodging in focus mode. Whoa. How am I not dead? I'm not good at this kind of fight. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Oh, sheesh. Okay, I guess I dodged those poorly. Be good. I got some focus now. It's not that I'm bad at this kind of fight. I'm actually just... I'm just intimidated by boss fights in general. There's so many of them. Challenge the very skills that I just struggle with the most in action games. But actually, I should give this game some credit. It has done a great job of making itself accessible to me. I mean, I've only died once so far, except in the tutorial where I think I'm supposed to. Next time he gets close, he's inactive. Focus at him. Where's he going now? Ugh, more of these guys. Okay, fine. It's a long fight. unless it's just long because of the way I'm playing it. It's hard to keep, because I have very limited camera control. Oh, I can switch targets with my camera. That's something I can do.
He's down.
More of you.
Keep them in sight.
3 more of you. Okay, so the guy on the right is the most damaged. Okay, I think I got that. Alright. Oh, that guy's doing some kind of challenging animation. Ah, crap. That's not that bad. I could have blocked it. I get full focus now. So I guess this guy went into sort of shadowy mode. That's what I needed to focus and get past. So I gotta hold on to my focus and then defeat that if I need
You can
to. Ah, crap.
focus now. Focus now.
I'm not gonna focus yet. Wait till I can actually do a bunch of damage to him. So it looks like my focus actually doesn't slow him down that much. Not like other characters. Like focus brings this guy back to normal, basically. So I can really recognize his patterns.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, I don't have the focus. Oh, there, I just got it. Is that it? Did I get him?
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
The mark of Valravn, one of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Well, I've defeated Valravn. So, now I just gotta get back to that big door. I think, just like last time, I think I'm gonna take a break after defeating a god, because, you know, that's tiring. But let's get back to the door to Helheim first. And then we'll worry about opening the door to Helheim in our next episode. So right before the boss battle, I got another question from average Twitch user asking, well, what about the RTX weapons, the Red Talon weapons? What about those? I mean, I'm not the guy who designs the weapons, and so I'm not going to have like a ton of like detailed reasonings behind each category of weapons. And honestly, I think that there's the occasional category like the Clio weapons that, as a category, has got a particular identity. Most of the weapons are handled individually. And I'm really not going to be able to give you a lot of fine detail about each of those weapons and where it came from. But hopefully, I mean, the stuff that I've been talking about today hopefully gives you a little bit of a grounding in just sort of theoretically how we think about these sorts of things. And you can probably guess what our motivations are once you sort of, understand the way we think. By the way, Jedi Psytrix, good to see you here. I'm sorry that this is a game that grabs the camera a lot and might contribute to your whole dizziness situation. All right, so I just keep walking through doors that look like they were open towards me, and I'm probably headed the right direction.
I wonder. Can you see the faces too? They're there. If you look for them.
I do appreciate that even when you folks in my chat are so supportive of each other that, like, even if I'm not talking for whatever reason, or I'm playing a game that one of you might find disturbing to watch for whatever reason, there's still a reason to be here, which is you like chatting with each other, and that makes me happy. Okay, so I'm just following the cues here in the level about which way to go, hoping that they're correct. Last time I got a little lost, and I ended up taking a much longer route back than I needed to. I'm not sure if I'm doing that now or not. It's funny, every time I see a distinctive plant, I'm like, can I pick that up? Can I pick that up? Wait, no, this is not that kind of game. I'm not playing Dying Light 2. I'm not harvesting things. This isn't like Morrowind or something where I need to pick up all the heather that I find. Alright, last time I came in here, there was another fight, and it killed me. So,
The mark of Valravn and
let's see what
mark of
happens.
Surtr. You may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
I'll approach the door. I don't want to open it yet, because I want to save that for a future episode. But let's focus on it. Wait, maybe I can just open it? Huh. I'm not sure what I want to do. Part of me thinks that if there's going to be another battle in here, I want to have that battle before I move on to Helheim. But if opening the door just opens the door and we get started into Helheim, well, that's something for next episode. I think I'm going to back away from this right now, and we're going to save this for next episode. So yeah, that was an hour. It's kind of funny how, there's some games where you're like, oh, this was only a few hours? Disappoint, But this game, it's so intense. Like, I'm relieved that sequence was only an hour long. Like, I didn't want it to be any longer than it was. Like, it's, this game is sort of emotionally exhausting to play. So yeah, I think that this is the kind of game where I'm actually really glad when it's fairly short. That, like, there's some games that I want to be, just long and infinitely replayable, like XCOM and RimWorld and stuff like that. But a game like this, I would much rather have it be a short, tight, only the best parts type of experience. And so it looks like that's what they've delivered here, which is great. I'm really curious how they're going to sort of expand this experience into Hellblade 2. I imagine Hellblade 2 will probably be a larger game, just because you tend to go up in ambition with each iteration in a franchise. That's just my guess. I have no inside knowledge about this. But they're going to be facing a challenge, because if the game stays this intense, a longer game that is this intense can be really, like, I had a lot of trouble. As much as I absolutely loved The Last of Us 2, I was also just exhausted after every session of it. And it did feel like it took a lot out of me to play all the way to the end of that very long game that actually has it's got, structurally, you think you're closer to the end than you are when you're playing, say, through the first half of it. The game ends up being about twice as big as it looks like it's going to be when you're first playing through it. And so when I hit that point, part of me was like, oh, wow, structurally, this game is amazing. And I was so impressed with it. I'm really excited about it. But I was also like, oh, my gosh, there's twice as much of this as I thought there was going to be. And now I'm going to be emotionally exhausted for twice the amount of time. So some folks in my chat, they're looking back at some of my other videos. Jedi Cytrix is pointing out that I played Eternal Cylinder and It Takes Two recently. So those are both really interesting games that I played. So I played Eternal Cylinder, just the demo here on my stream, and then I went and I bought it, and I recommended it to Calliope. She hasn't tried it yet, but I think she'd really like it. She loves Spore. She loves just cute little mutating creatures, so I think she might get into it. She does like the creative tools of Spore, though, so maybe Eternal Cylinder wouldn't have what she likes, but it's an adorable game. I hope she tries it out. And then, It Takes Two. I've been playing with both Calliope and Milo. They both love it. It's a really fun little, two-player platformer. It's got couch co-op or online co-op. I imagine it might be a pretty different experience in those two settings, actually. But in any case, so I recommend both of those games. They're pretty cool. Especially because Eternal Cylinder does have a demo. Just go check it out. It's free, basically, if you want to see if you might like it. Jedi Psych Trick says that It Takes Two might feel like a good break from Who's Your Daddy. It was not a break from Who's Your Daddy. Whenever Milo insists on playing Who's Your Daddy, pretty much every time we stream. So I'm going to have this. I should make a special playlist of them. Like, I'm going to have an endless supply of Who's Your Daddy videos by the end. I don't know when he's going to get tired of that game. Maybe when they stop updating it, which they also seem like they're never going to do. Okay, anyway, Let's wrap this up. I'm not done streaming yet. We'll probably move on to playing something else. But for right now, I don't think I can take any more of the sort of emotional intensity of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So there's a subscribe button. We'll probably come back and play the rest of this game. So once that happens, I'll put a link to it there. If you don't see a link to a Hellblade video, then I haven't done it yet.